Hey everyone, this is Kieran. Today's exercise is looking at sort of coordinating and waking up the muscles on the outside of our hip. So it's the ones around sort of our outer pockets and our back pockets. Glute med, glute min, glute max. And these muscles are nice to warm up before a squat. Or if you've been having some knee discomfort or knee trouble, sometimes this exercise can be the difference in just getting that knee to feel a little more supported. So if this sounds like something useful for you, then give this video a watch. So quite simply with this exercise, what you're looking for is something like a rubber band. Now, it doesn't have to be an open one like this. It could be a closed loop. This just happens to be what I have handy. And what we find with a lot of different types of knee injuries, especially ones that, when you think about an injury, it's like, okay, are we talking about like a tissue actually being damaged or just a pain that's come about from something? Now, this is the movement here, but the idea is that if you're thinking about, okay, this pain's going to come about, there's no apparent reason. Now, for a lot of people, that's going to be what we call anterior knee pain, pain at the front of the knee. Usually it's the patellofemoral joint that's part of that, so that's your kneecap joint. And we find that people typically have weakness in their quadriceps and weakness in the outside hip muscles here. And that's not to say that that causes the pain, but getting those to feel more coordinated and more robust is a part of managing that kind of pain. Now, also, you might find that this improves your ability to get down in a squat. And from an angle here, what I'd encourage is starting sort of sitting straight, but in the future, as you get more comfortable with it, actually leaning forward into the bottom of your squat position and opening and closing. And I'd be doing these for reps around sort of the 20 to 25 mark. So some high volume so you can get the skill of it. Now, the feet part's not as important, and that's why I've kind of left it out a little bit. You don't have to keep them planted, right? This is more about your hips moving. So this isn't meant to cue you to stick your knees out when you squat. It's just to warm these muscles up. And just like anything, like for example, we know that, say in football, if you implement what's called the FIFA 11 Plus program, that injury reductions happen. And we think that that's more to do with the coordination warm-up activities than it is necessarily the strength component of it. Now, increased strength does help reduce injury risk as well, but also coordination before doing an activity helps. Building a familiarity with the movement, right? You're kind of greasing the groove. So what could that look like in this context? You're going to do some squats for the day. You do a couple rounds of this until you feel some fatigue in those muscles, and then you go into your squats. Start a little bit lighter, and then slowly ladder the weight up to your working set. Or if you're going to do some lunges and you're like, my knee's feeling a little bit grumpy, warm up with these, a couple sets to fatigue, and then do your lunges and any lunge variation you're trying to do. So simple exercise, but can be quite effective for a lot of people. Call it a seated clam, seated hip abduction, whatever suits. This band for me is way too easy, but for you guys, you're looking for that sense of like, it's hard to pull out, right? It's getting tired, it's hard to pull out. And then stop, don't have to go to failure. Right, so hopefully you guys found that helpful. Definitely give it a go. Try it out for like 3 to 6 weeks before every session and just see if it helps with some of that niggly knee discomfort or even some of that hip discomfort, or maybe improves your squat depth control. If you like this video, then please hit like below. Otherwise, to check out more of our content in the future, you can subscribe to our channel by clicking our logo over here. And to check out our latest video, click up here.